everybody, I am back and doing another review. And today, instead of doing it on a Bionicle or Hero Factory set, it's going to be on Transformers Prime Robots in Disguise Hot Shot. And he is a deluxe size figure, just to let you know. Alright, and I just got him yesterday. I got two Transformers. I got Transformers Prime Deluxe Hot Shot and Transformers Prime Deluxe Ratchet. They were both robots in disguise figures. And I'm going to review both of them. So yeah, but obviously I'm only doing one in this review. I'm not making one video with two characters in it. But anyway, on to the review. You have the instructions here. Alright, and here's how you change him into a robot, and here's his vehicle mode. Nothing too exciting about the instructions. I actually learned to transform him from Optibotanist. I watched his review on him, but still, I typically learn more from transformation from tutorials than from the instructions. So yeah. Now onto this card here. What this is basically a part of the box, but I just cut it off because this is tech specs, which the older G1 Transformers have cards with their tech specs on them. Some Transformers of other franchises do too, but I just decided to save this, cut it off, save it. And anyway, he has a strength of 8, intelligence of 5, speed of 7, endurance of 7, rank of 3. That's the lowest one. So obviously that's probably telling you why he hasn't appeared in the show yet. He has a courage of 9. That's his highest. Fire blast of 7 and skill of 4. Yeah, he has not yet appeared in Transformers Prime. I don't know if he ever will, but only time will tell. And here you have his weapons right here. You can peg one of them into the hood, but you can't peg both of them into him. Yeah. Now anyway, let's get on to the toy itself. Now here you have Hot Shot in his vehicle mode. First thing you may notice is that he's very similar to Bumblebee. And pretty much his vehicle mode is almost an exact replica of Bumblebee, except for the fact that it's a different color. Instead of yellow and black, it's blue, and you obviously have these like decals here, these flame decals or whatever they are. Pretty cool. The wheels are the same. They roll. Pretty cool. Under here you can obviously see his robot mode, pretty much like any other Transformer. And you have nice blue translucent windows. Obviously you don't really see any car material in there, you just see his robot mode if you look closely. And back here you obviously have 2 exhaust pipes, 2 lights. And on the front here, it's still very similar to Bumblebee, except for the different colors. So 2 headlights, the same color as the windows. So yeah, that's that. It's pretty similar. Now I'm going to show you how to transform him. The transformation is actually pretty easy, and even Optibotanist agrees. But the transformation for a beginner like myself is pretty simple. First, what you want to do is these parts of the arm, you just take them out and they should just they should come out pretty easily. It was just harder for me because I have to do this in front of the camera. And then the doors, you just take them out and you just fold them out like so. And now what you want to do is untab this part here and this whole bottom section ratchets down. It kind of clicks into place. And you flip this part down like so. And now this is probably the hardest part of the transformation is separating the legs. There's two tabs here, and one of them is hinged. I'll show you later, but you kind of have to kind of wiggle them. You don't want to force it, or else something's gonna break. All right, and there that separates the legs. And so obviously you can see if you look closely. I'm sorry for the bad camera quality. That this bottom tab right here is hinged on the top. It has a bump on top, so that's why it's so hard to untab it. And actually, the tab is actually starting to break after just one day. You're starting to see that lighter stretch mark. This top tab here isn't hinged, so it's okay, but this bottom tab is much harder. Alright, so after that, what you want to do is you want to fold this part down. It doesn't tab it anywhere. He just like wears it down there. And so yeah, like that. And now this is the last step, and it's actually pretty cool. You see, like many of the Transformers RiD or Robot in Disguise figures, including Ratchet that I also have and I'm also going to review eventually, have a gimmick like this with the head. And so what you want to do is you want to flip the wheels out, and it automatically flips up the head. And it also kind of bends these parts, giving them the more stylized look. And yeah, that's pretty cool. Ratchet also has a similar gimmick, and probably other RiD figures do. I'm gonna show you it in slow motion. I'm gonna just do it slower so that you can see. Alright, so yeah, that's how you do it. But anyway, here you have him in his robot mode. Now, just like in his vehicle mode, he is pretty similar to Bumblebee. Really, the only difference here is obviously the color scheme and the fact that he has a different head. But pretty much everything else is pretty much an exact replica of Bumblebee. Even the transformation is pretty much an exact replica of Bumblebee. So yeah. But anyway, on to posability. The feet, you have posability here. You can bend this wheel part and this any angle. You have posability in the knee and in the hip. So yeah, and obviously you have the forearm can rotate and it can move up and down. But the thing is about when it moves up and down, it's on a ratchet joint, so it ratchets up and down. And same thing with the other arm. So yeah, and because of the gimmick, the head, it doesn't really have much posability. The head doesn't have much posability because of the gimmick that they gave him. But a cool gimmick you have is he has these goggles which you can move up and down when you want to. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, this guy's pretty cool. And obviously you have his weapons, which you can peg into his hand. And yeah, this time you can use both of them. You don't have to use just one. And the thing is about posability in his wrist is that you don't have any posability in the hands or the fingers, obviously. The wrists don't move. So, like, I'll show you. Just see, you have no posability there. So yeah, although he didn't appear in Transformers Prime yet, and I don't know if he will, but I do believe he's pretty cool. Now to transform him back, what you want to do is remove his weapons if they're in his hands. You want to get the shoulders here and kind of slowly move them in until everything kind of clicks into place. It may not click, but so yeah, so the car is back like this. Now what you want to do is rotate the top part of him up until it kind of goes in there. Now you want to tab the the legs back together. It's easier than taking them, than separating them, but still. They kind of click together, and then you want to fold them forward and ratchet this whole part back, where it'll tab into place right there. And now the doors will tab in nicely here and here. And now you just move the arms back and they click into place. And here you have him back in his vehicle mode. But anyway, obviously you can put in his weapons and everything, but yeah. Now anyway, I'm going to rate him. I like to do separate ratings for the robot and the vehicle mode. For the vehicle mode, I want to rate an 8 out of 10. The vehicle mode's actually pretty good. But I mean, and obviously there's only space for one weapon, but at least it's symmetrical. And it is an exact replica of Bumblebee, but I don't really care much about that. And as far as the robot mode goes, the robot mode is pretty much, and the robot mode's pretty okay too, but my only nitpick about the robot mode is simply how tightly his legs are tabbed together, because it's eventually something's gonna break. I know that eventually something's gonna break, but that's why there's a second tab there that's not hinged, so you can tab it on that. But obviously, other than that, it's pretty cool. The robot mode and the vehicle mode are both rated an 8 out of 10. Definitely good. So yeah. Now, anyway, I'm signing off now, and there is a 8 out of 10 for both his robot and his vehicle mode. So yeah. Anyway, I'm signing off now.